The meat.
Welcome back from the break. This is Mostly Superheroes, and it is time for the meat. That's right, the chunk, the sizzle. It's why you came, it's why you're here, and it's why we're all here as well in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So pumped to nerd out with Danny P, Sam the Sleeper, Scotty Scoop, and the Giggler. Man, just a bunch of nicknames that have just, I mean, you guys sound like a different set of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah. We're the next team.
You're the next, the Warriors of the Basement. I don't know.
Volume 4.
James Gunn, St. Louis legend, on this podcast, getting talked about all the time with all of his work within DC, obviously, recently. And of course, Guardians of the Galaxy, the big experiment over the years, plugging this ragtag group of comic book characters that were, essentially in the basement and attics of comic book collectors around the world. Scotty, before Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 came out in 2014, I would say, were you you knew about the Guardians? Did you have comic books? What was it in the world, before the fame?
This was just one of those books that you would think this will never, ever come to a screen anywhere.
Yeah, as you're reading it, you got this tree, you got this raccoon. There's no way.
They're not Captain America or Iron Man or Thor. They're not part of the big team. They're definitely an ensemble. And you were like, this is so out there. You would never see something like this. And then it happened. James Gunn did it.
Well, James Gunn did it. Kevin Feige did it, and brought these characters out inside of the Infinity Saga, the multi-film phase 1s, 2, and 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they got plugged right in that 2014 film. Little backstory before we get into this film. They did a good job of James Gunn just doing his thing. Strong characters, strong stories, great music, and then they Danny knows this. They bring in the MacGuffin and they put the Power Stone. One of the 6 Infinity Stones is the main plot point of the first movie, giving it major ties to the overall universe. So, you're pleasing a lot of fans in that moment. But for me, that universal tie, it was awesome. Just to see man, we've had these little teases of these, Thanos, and oh my God, Thanos is in the first Guardians movie. You talk about just not only making these guys a fun film, kind of a side story, but not really a major element of what was going on in the Avengers stuff. And then you have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. The gang comes back. They're together. We got Peter Quill. We got Gamora. We got Groot. We got Drax. And then in the second one, we meet Mantis, and we learn about Peter's dad, Ego, and the planet. Oh, man, what a great character to bring to life and put on screen. A living, breathing planet played by Kurt Russell, being America's dad, doing his thing. And that was, 2017 for Volume 2. A lot happens in between that. Infinity War and Endgame. Oh, my God. Spoiler alert for the MCU, as always. Infinity Stones, Thanos gets them. Mantis, the new character, helps put him to sleep. That's her thing. Sleeper, he knows. And it's working. And man, we're gonna get this thing. Spider-Man and Iron Man are like, we almost got this thing off. Come on! Oh no, you killed Gamora, the Soul Stone. No, I'm gonna ruin the whole thing. Peter Quill is infinitely hated in Infinity War, but he makes a comeback in Endgame when the reverse snap happens. But too late. Gamora is totally dead, but Thanos from the past travels to the future and brings with him a 2014 version of Gamora, so she's back essentially, but it's the old version. We got a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special that was really fun this last Christmas that kind of brought you up to speed with the Guardians since even Thor Love and Thunder, a post-Endgame movie where you got to see the Guardians for a brief moment that teamed up with Thor. What did we learn in the holiday special? Oh, we bought Nowhere. Remember the head of the celestial being where we met the Collector and the Power Stone? And that was in your bag the whole time. Man, all of it. So much fun. Here we are, 2023. An end of sorts, but a beginning of others, because this is the MCU, but you could feel the swan song in this film. These characters are back. The payoffs are here. James Gunn does it again, written and directed by him and produced by Kevin Feige himself. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it open. Spoiler alert right now for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
How about that? Let's do a round table and do theater experience. Where'd you see it? Who'd you see it? How many times you seen it? Giggler, start with you.
I've seen this twice. Opening day, Thursday with Steph. Back row at Ronnie's. Back row crew always.
Yep.
Then I saw it with the sleeper here last night at Alamo Draft House, as well as Zach, who gave us that nice question earlier about James Hunn.
Very nice.
With his girlfriend Kate, or fiance Kate as well. Alamo killed it. I will never go back to Ronnie's again after this. I'm so impressed by Alamo Draft
Write the
House.
statement.
Like the
Man, shots
the only
fired.
thing that Ronnie's has on them is they have an arcade, and I don't need that anymore. I'm 35. So
Well,
does
I think
Alamo
Alamo,
have-
they have like one video game. They need to beef up the video game
Yeah, they
department.
could.
Do they have
They
the
could.
IMAX there at Alamo?
No, I don't think they have an IMAX.
That might
Okay.
be it too. They
All
have
right.
one big, like it's called like the Big House or whatever. That's like their big theater, but the rest are kind of smaller.
Yeah, still
Or
learning the
intimate, but-
landscape, but man, yeah, you're
Man,
right.
just-
Game-changing theater experience. Can't wait to be there in June 24th this year at the Screen and Social. Scotty, how was
Exactly.
your experience seeing the movie?
It was good. Packed theater, Sunday afternoon, which was strange, but the theater was still full. Saw it at Marcus in the Valley, Chesterfield Valley, back row, as always. Yeah, it was great.
Sammy, how was your experience with Giggler?
Little back row shenanigans with the Giggler, Zio, and his lovely fiance Kate. So it was great. Spoiler alert: no sleep in here.
No sleep.
All shenanigans.
You made it. Danny P,
Wow.
how about you? Where'd you see it?
I went to Studio Movie Grill on Sunday. Big step in our relationship with the girlfriend. This is the first Marvel movie we saw together.
Ooh.
She was excited to see this one. She hadn't seen the Endgame and Infinity Wars, so I kind of had to spoil some things for her.
Give her
Like,
the
I'm gonna
whole
catch you up
I'm
real
like,
quick.
recap.
yeah, I'm like, hey, there's just like a couple things you need to know, and but she loved it, had a great time, and we did lunch. It was like Sunday, middle of the day, so we grabbed some food while we were there, and it was good. They've upgraded their seats there in Richardson, Texas. We're out in her neighborhood, and gotta say, it was a very good movie experience.
Nice. You're gonna have to take some pictures of that theater, send them in to us, because
Yeah.
I'm always like,
Yeah.
I'm all about this theater experience nowadays. Obviously, we're trying to make it happen more, like working with folks like Alamo. I mean, we basically got a remote, mostly superheroes office in Texas now, so you need to
You
keep us
do.
posted.
Yep, I'm writing the room off as a tax deductible this year, so
That's right.
does
Yeah,
that work?
Yeah, it does work. Yes, it does. It does. We'll get you the paperwork.
Yeah, that'd be great.